snuggle time, everybody find a lap. Are you ready? Who's ready for magic stars? Fiona, Chestnut, Ellie, remember Ellie? And Kanga's ready too. And you're ready too. Did you get your magic stars? Hold on to them. I brought Kanga with me today because we're going to sing a special song that was written about animals in Australia. It's called There Were 10 in the Bed. Let's see what happens, okay? There's a little koala who might want the bed all to himself. There were 10 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. That's a kookaburra. The kookaburra fell out. There were 9 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. That's a wombat. The wombat fell out. Whoops. There we go. There were 8 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and the cockatoo fell out. My mommy has a cockatiel, which is kind of like a tiny cockatoo. See the feathers on the top of the cockatoo's head? There were 7 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. Look who fell out. The frill-necked lizard. I've seen those in pet stores. Maybe you have one, or maybe you've seen one. There were 6 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. Do you know what that animal's called? It's a duck-billed platypus. That's right. There were 5 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. Guess what? It's the kangaroo. She rolled right into our bed. Let's see who's next. There were 4 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and the emu fell out. An emu is similar to an ostrich. They're very big birds. There were 3 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. Do you know what that is? It's called a numbat. There were 2 in the bed, and the little one said, roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and one fell out. And that, my friends, is an echidna. Look at all the animals on the ground. Do they look happy? I don't think so. How about the little koala? He looks very happy. Let's see what happens next. There was 1 in the bed, and the little one said, good night, sleep tight. What do you think those animals are going to do next? Let's find out. Look at that. They're taking the koala bear for a ride in his bed. All the way to school, it looks like he overslept. There's another book I'd like to read to you. It's very, very tiny and very sweet. It's covered with soft fur, not real fur, but the kind of fur you find on a stuffed animal, right? And that's because the name of this book is The Little Fur Family. This book was the favorite book of my two little girls when they were your age. Let's read about the Little Fur Family, okay? There was a little fur family, warm as toast, smaller than most, in their little fur coats, and they lived in a warm wooden tree. Do you live in a tree? Me neither. The little fur father said, "Good morning," one day, put on his hat, and went away out into his little fur world. The little fur mother bathed her fur child, and off he went to play in the wild wood where they lived. I love playing outdoors in the woods. How about you? It was a wild, wild wood. Wild flowers grew all over the ground, and wild winds blew through the air. Whoosh! Wild nuts fell from the wild nut trees, and wild grass tickled the fur child's nose, tickled his nose, and made him sneeze. Achoo! Achoo! That sneeze woke up his grandpa, who lived in a hollow stump, and Grandpa came walking, thump, 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 and walked out of his hollow stump and said, "Bless you, my little fur grandson, every time you sneeze." "Achoo!" said the grandpa. "Bless you," said the little fur child. "Thank you," said his grandpa. Then old grandpa went thump, 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 and walked back into his hollow stump, and the fur child went on through the dark and sunny woods till he came to a little river full of fish. The fish didn't have any fur, and they didn't have any feet, and they swam around under the river. The little fur child watched them for a long time. Then he reached into the river and pulled out a fish and looked at it, and then, kerplunk, he threw it back in the river. He reached into the air, and he caught a flying bug, and he held it in his hand and he looked at it. The bug didn't have any fur. It was shiny and had little wings, and then, zip, he threw it back in the air. Look, it's a ladybug. Have you ever seen a ladybug? They're very tiny. Then he caught a little tiny, tiny fur animal, the littlest fur animal in the world. It had warm, silky fur and even a little fur nose. So he kissed it right on its little fur nose and put it gently back in the grass. And the little tiny, tiny fur animal ran down a hole into the ground. The sun went down beyond the river. The sky grew wild and red. And the little fur child turned around and ran for home. There's his home. You see the tree? And just as the darkness got very dark, he bumped into his big fur mother, and she took her little fur child home in her arms and gave him his supper. I wonder what he ate. What did you have for supper? I had lasagna. It was good. And there was his father who put him to bed, and they tucked him in bed all soft and all warm. And then they held his paw and they sang him a song. Sleep, sleep, our little fur child, out of the windiness, out of the wild. Sleep warm in your fur, all night long in your little fur family. This is a song. The end. and sing some songs tonight with somebody you love. And I'll see you next time, and we'll sing some more songs and read some more books. Goodbye, so long, farewell, my friends. Goodbye, so long, farewell. We'll see you soon again, and then we'll make music together again. Good night.